Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin price is forming a higher low on the daily time frame, while the Bitcoin market is sitting in extreme fear. For the Bitcoin holders out there, this is something important to pay attention to, so I'll be talking about it in just a moment. But first, let's take a quick look at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. And obviously, if you've been watching my recent Bitcoin update videos, you'll know that over the past 2 days, I've been talking about this bullish divergence right around here. And I was basically saying that this shorter term downtrends that we've been in for around a week is starting to lose its bearish momentum, so we could be due for a bit of sideways price action or perhaps a slight move back to the upside, and that's pretty much exactly what we have been experiencing over the past 1 to 1.5 days. And also, as I let you know about yesterday, if the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI stays in an uptrend, essentially just making higher highs and higher lows, then our probability of more bullish price action will be increased, and obviously this is already proving to be true over the past 1 day worth of price action. And just giving you a quick update on this Bitcoin fractal that I've been talking about over the past 3 to 4 days. And you can see here that this Bitcoin fractal has pretty much perfectly played out. The only inaccuracy was this Bitcoin bounce that we saw about a day ago that happened slightly before where the fractal was suggesting a bounce, but it was still at the same sort of price levels anyway. And as I always say, I do not look at fractals as an exact price prediction. Instead, I look at them as a guideline for the Bitcoin price. And that is exactly what this fractal has done for us over the past few days. It has guided us in the right direction in terms of these short-term Bitcoin movements. But what is very interesting is that despite seeing a bullish move in the Bitcoin price over the past 1 to 1.5 days, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is still sitting in extreme fear, which essentially means the majority in the market at the moment are still fearful for potentially some more bearish price action. But usually when we see this indicator drop deep into extreme fear, like what we saw a month ago, we were getting close to 10, that is when the Bitcoin price is very close to some sort of bullish reversal, at least in the shorter term. And obviously, if you're here just a month ago, that is exactly what we saw. We saw a reversal from 33,000 up to nearly 46,000 within just a couple weeks or so. And what is also very interesting is that the large majority of funding rates right now are sitting in the negative territory, which basically means there is currently a lot of traders wanting to short Bitcoin, because when the demand for short positions is high, that pushes these funding rates further into negative territory. So that's the market remains balanced between derivative prices and the actual Bitcoin spot price, because when the funding rates are negative, that basically means that the short positions have to pay an extra fee to the Bitcoin long position. So this creates an incentive to open a long position, and it also creates an incentive to close short positions. And when that process happens, when a short position closes and a long position opens, that simply adds buying pressure to the Bitcoin market, which is bullish. But one thing to keep an eye on is, of course, the 12-hour Bitcoin charts. Now, on this Bitcoin chart, as I have been saying for around a week now, technically speaking, we are in a shorter term downtrend, because if you're looking at the price action over the past couple of weeks, technically we are still forming lower highs and lower lows, at least as of right now. But even though technically speaking we are still in a short-term downtrend, some of these other indicators are getting closer to flipping bullish again, but they haven't just yet. For example, looking in the RSI, we have hit oversold territories, which is why we bounced just here in the shorter term, but we still haven't yet formed an uptrend in the 12-hour RSI, and the same goes for the 12-hour MACD as well. We're currently getting very close to a bullish cross in the 12-hour MACD, but we are not there just yet, and the same goes for the 12-hour parabolic stop and reverse indicator. The price is getting much closer to these red dots, and when we break above those red dots, we flip bullish again in this indicator. But as of right now, we are not there just yet. But here on the daily time frame, Bitcoin is pretty much perfectly respecting these important levels that I've been talking about for around a week now. First of all, we had this level of previous support, which is now acting as resistance on the Bitcoin price, coming in at around 39,500. But really, the entire price range between 30,000 and 40,000 should be seen as important resistance. So basically, we need to break above 40,000 before we can start seeing much more bullish price action. And obviously, our same level of support hasn't changed over the past few days, which is coming in at around 37,000. And if you're looking at the daily candle closes, the fact that we have seen pretty much a perfect bounce at 37,000 means that the Bitcoin price on the daily time frame is technically forming a higher low. Now, ideally, I'd like to see this daily candle close and possibly another daily candle close before actually confirming this as a low on the daily time frame. But as of right now, technically speaking, as we are currently forming a higher low, this is simply a bullish signal for Bitcoin, because for the beginners out there, a higher low on the chart basically means there is a lot of buyers stepping in at these slightly higher prices than there was back here around a month ago. So basically, this is an image of demand increasing visualized on the chart. And giving you another quick update on the 4-day time frame, nothing really has changed since yesterday. For anyone that is new to this channel, this parabolic parabolic stop and reverse indicator on the 4-day time frame is one of the most accurate indicators, especially over the past 2 years, at determining bullish reversals in the Bitcoin price on these larger time frames. So according to this indicator on the 4-day time frame, and according to Bitcoin's previous price history, we are potentially only in the beginning phase of a larger reversal back to the upside on these larger time frames. But please remember that these larger trends to the upside still contain short-term bearish price action, as we have been experiencing for around a week now, just like how these larger trends to the downside contain short-term bullish price action, like what we saw in December last year and January this year. And also, the US stock market recently opened, and looking on the S&P 500 chart on the daily time frame, at the time of recording this video, we are still holding above this important level of support, coming in just underneath 4.3k. So obviously, this is a good sign for now, at least while we're above that level. But if the S&P 500 does confirm a break below that important level, then in that case, we have to consider the possibility of more bearish price action in the stock market, which could possibly carry over to the crypto markets. But right now, that isn't happening, at least just yet, once again. Anyway, if you found this video useful or simply enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And if you want to make more money in the crypto market, definitely make sure you check out one of these uploads popping up right here. But anyway, that is it for this update. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.